After watching the video, the top 5 reasons of why we love Ranchlands, now you want to know just where the heck is Ranchlands located in Northwest Calgary. Well, in this video, we're going to hop into my computer and I'm going to take you on a Google Map tour of Ranchlands. I will show you where it is in proximity to the entire Northwest, to downtown Calgary, just how close it is to the Rocky Mountains, the airport. We're going to look at the amenities that we talked about in our vlog tour, and I'll show you where the hospitals are. And you'll be able to see by the end of this video that Ranchlands is in the perfect location for you to consider when you're looking at homes in Northwest Calgary. Look, if this is your first time to the channel, we help people just like you buy, sell, and relocate to Calgary every single day. Hey, my name is Charmaine, and I'm with the Living in YYC Real Estate Group. Whether you're looking to make a move in 9 days or 90, make sure you subscribe to our channel, tap the bell for notification so you can be the first to get the latest market information on real estate in Calgary, what life is like in Calgary, and please, if you have any questions at all about real estate or looking to buy or sell, make sure you reach out. All of our contact information is in the text box below. Me and my team, we are here and we would love to hear from you. We can answer any and all questions that you have. Now, let's get our Google Map tour of Ranchlands started. So the community of Ranchlands, when we look on the map, you can see that it's a little bit further in than the other communities that we've highlighted, and we're getting closer to the downtown core and more in that inner city. We're still not considered inner city by any stretch, but we've moved away from that edge of the far northwest. So you can see Ranchlands is located just right here. So really close proximity to Nose Hill Park, which is an amazing off-leash hiking area if you want to take your dogs or if you just want to go for a walk in nature. Ranchlands is bordered by John Laurie Boulevard to the north, Nose Hill Drive to the west, and Crowchild Trail to the south, and Sarcee Trail to the east. Those are the bordering lines. What I love about Ranchlands is all of the access points that get in and out of the community. And this is what we find with those established communities is they thought about that infrastructure before the community went in. And so for those families, depending on which side of Ranchlands you live on, will depend on which access point you're going to use to get out of the community, or if you're heading out to the mountains or you want to head to the airport, it's going to matter. But you have options, and because you have so many options to get in and out of the community, it helps during that rush hour period. So there is not that bottleneck of everybody waiting to get in and out where you find with some of the newer subdivisions where there's only one way in and one way out, and trying to get out at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning when everybody else is trying to get out. It's an absolute nightmare. You definitely don't have that with Ranchlands. And as you can see, you've got 2 points here, which is Ranchero Drive and Ranchlands Boulevard. Both of them hook up with John Laurie. John Laurie is going to get you to the airport. It's going to get you out, hook up with Stony Trail, and you're going to be able to get out to the mountains or head to South Calgary. It just gives you that options. Or if you are looking to just head straight out, maybe you're heading to Cochrane for an afternoon picnic, or you have a game out there. Ranchlands Boulevard here is the other access point because it loops around the entire community. You're able to come out and hook up with Nose Hill Drive. And depending on where you're heading in the city, Nose Hill Drive hooks up with Stony Trail and you can head north or south, or you can go up to Country Hills Boulevard. Again, another option if you're heading to the airport. Or if you're heading north to go to Edmonton, you're going to want to get out, head up to Country Hills Boulevard, and you can go straight out. There's so many options that having those different access points in Ranchlands, which makes it super convenient to get in and out of when you're looking to leave in a hurry. Well, we highlighted in the vlog tour, Crowfoot Crossing, you can walk. It has the same luxury of where Scenic Acres, you're able to walk. Same with Ranchlands. You're just crossing Nose Hill Drive and you're heading right into the shopping complex. So if you want to head out for dinner and maybe have a couple glasses of wine, you don't have to drive. You're definitely within walking distance to anywhere in Ranchlands. And if it's a nice night out, go enjoy yourself, have a nice night at the Keg or at the Cactus Club, and you can head home and not having to worry about driving. If your kids want to go to a movie, you can send them out. If they're old enough, they can walk over there and you don't have to worry about it. It gives mom and dad a night to themselves. And if we're looking as to thinking about how Ranchlands hooks up with Stoney Trail, if you're heading into the south, and let's just talk about timing for a second. So where Ranchlands is, you're going to get to the downtown core in 15 minutes. You're going to come out, and your quickest route from Ranchlands is taking Crowchild Trail. You just have to remember that during that 7:30 to 8:30 period, Crowchild Trail is extremely congested. So you want to make sure that you're planning your day correctly. If your day starts at 9 o'clock and you have to be in your office, just make sure you're gauging the traffic correctly. So your other option is to go out John Laurie Boulevard and take 14th Street and head straight down 14th and get into the core. Now, there's a ton of lights along 14th Street. If you're going that route, you do have to plan accordingly to the traffic. I would encourage you to listen to a traffic report just to see what it's like. But remember, there is all of those lights once you're getting closer into Kensington and into downtown, or if you're having to head up into the southwest, if you want to get to Mission, that's a great 14th Street, can get you right across the city. But every block or every second block, there is a set of lights. So it's going to take you a little bit longer. Just keep that in mind. From Ranchlands, heading straight out into the mountains, you can be in Banff within the hour. And I will just show you how close you are. So Ranchlands is right here where all of my hearts and my stars are. You're gonna head out, hook up with Stoney Trail, which is gonna take you up to 16th Avenue, and you're gonna go straight west on 16th Avenue to the Highway 40 turnoff to head to Kananaskis Village, where you're gonna find the Pomeroy Lodge, Kananaskis Golf Course, the Nordic Spa. That is 35 minutes to the turnoff, and then to drive down to the village, that's 45 minutes. If you keep heading west and you get into Canmore, that's another 45 minutes just because of this stretch here. Between here and here and here, it's approximately the same distance. So it's 45 minutes door to door. And then heading into Banff, depending on where you want to go, this heart is putting you at the Banff Springs Hotel, but the Banff gates, 60 minutes. So when I say within the hour from your doorstep of Ranchlands into the mountains, that is absolutely true. And it's one of the reasons why people who move into the Northwest, we love that. It's our advantage. And one of the reasons why people want to move into the Northwest is because they want that close proximity into the mountains. Or let's say you have a home in Radium, a second home in Invermere, the Columbia Rockies, in the Shuswap in BC. You're 3 to 6 hours from what Calgary calls our cottage country. I know it's not as close as Ontario, but this is what we have to deal with living on this side of the mountains. Here's a fun fact. Living in Ranchlands, and if you owned a home in the Columbia Valley, or even if you wanted to go just for a weekend and rent an Airbnb or stay in a hotel, you can leave on a Friday afternoon, 5. You can get there by 8. And Sunday afternoon, you can stay until dinner time. Say you left there at 6, you're home by 9. Or what a lot of people do, they will stay Sunday night and leave Monday morning. You can get ready for work, leave at 5. You're back in the city by 8:30 and on with your day. It just gives you another day to spend in the mountains or spend in BC that people who live on the other side of the city don't have that luxury. Sure, you can do it because it's only another 45 minutes or so to the other side of the city, but just having that convenience of being right on the northwest side of the city, it's just another advantage that I like to point out. Ranchlands is another one of those communities that's perfect for families where you can age in place. Just over 100 homes sold in 2024. It is another proof that Northwest communities, once families move in, they're not moving out for any short period of time. The average time that people are moving in there is 20 to 30 years or more. When we talk about aging in place, if you're a young couple just starting out in your relationship and you're thinking about having a family, moving into Ranchlands, even if it's in a starter home, you can upsize in Ranchlands, but you can be there very comfortably for 20 to 30 years while your kiddos are growing up. Because right in the community, we have 2 elementary schools, Ranchlands Elementary and St. Rita, which is the Catholic school. And then from there, for those in the public, you're going to go to H.D. Cartwright. And the Catholic system for high school, you're going to head over to Charleswood, where St. Francis is. St. Francis is 15-20 minutes from Ranchlands. And for those kids that are in the public system, you're going to head over to Arbor Lake and you're going to go to Robert Thirst, or you could go down to Bowness. Both viable options for high school, 10 minutes away from where you are. Actually, Robert Thirst is a lot closer than Bowness for the kids living in Ranchlands. Unless you're heading down to Bowness for a specialty program, Robert Thirst is your designate, and you can walk to Robert Thirst. For most of the homes that are on the west side of Ranchlands, you can see the high school from your home. It's that close. And then if you're thinking about sending your kids to post-secondary, University of Calgary, 10-15 minutes away. SAIT, same thing. It's a little bit further, so it's probably about 15 minutes away. Or if you're heading up to Mount Royal, you're about 20 minutes away. So for the university students who are taking the C train to U of C or to SAIT, you just walk across, you hop on the C train station that's at Crowfoot. University has its own station and SAIT has its own station. If you don't want to park at either institution and pay the exorbitant fees, the train is your option. And one of the things that I really want to point out too about Ranchlands, more so than any of the other communities in Northwest, is just all the amount of strip malls that are in the community. And in each of the strip malls, they have professional services. So whether it be a doctor's office, a Medi-Stop, a veterinarian office, childcare, there is so much childcare throughout the entire Ranchlands that if you have from an infant stage, from what I found, all the way up to grade 6 before and after school care, they have you covered, which is a huge ease for so many families when they're looking for a community to move into. If you're starting a family, that you don't have to worry about childcare because you have so many options within the community. And then between all of the strip malls that are in Ranchlands, if there's something there that you need more than what's already in your community, Crowfoot Crossing is right across Nose Hill Drive. Just to give you an idea of just how close it is. It's the exact same as if you were living in Arbor Lake and had to come down the hill, or Scenic Acres and you're just crossing Crowchild. Ranchlands has that convenience of moving into the community and having Crowfoot right there. You have your major grocery shopping there. If you're just going for a few things, you can just grab your bag, walk over, and you're not having to worry about drive, find parking. And then if we look at other shopping that is right from Ranchlands, we have Market Mall, which is just down Crowchild Trail, just past Varsity. So Market Mall will be right in this area right here. Super easy, 10 minutes away. You'll find all of your major shopping there. Or if you hook onto Stony Trail, 10-15 minutes away, you will be at Balzac, which is where CrossIron Mills Mall is. And that is the outlet mall that has over 300 stores. Anything you could possibly need or want, you will find. There is everything from the Levi's store all the way up to your fancy pants shopping. There's Coach, there's Kate Spade, Michael Kors. Everything is there from designer to winners, which is really good for when your kids are going back to school. It's a great place to take them because you can find a lot of great deals at CrossIron Mills. And if you need something more than what Safeways has or Co-op, which is in Crowfoot, you can head straight up Sarcee Trail, and I'll show you right where Superstore is. There you're going to have to drive because it's up the hill, but you have Superstore. This is Sarcee Trail here. Superstore is right in this corner right here. And if you keep going a little bit further, you're going to end up in Beacon Hill, which of course is where everybody's favorite store that they love to hate, Costco. And this Costco is absolutely crazy busy. The gas station is insane. Here's a pro tip for living in the Northwest. If on a weekend, if I have to go to Costco and I have the time, I actually drive out to Balzac, because just beside CrossIron Mills is the Balzac Costco. I don't know what the official area name is. It might just be CrossIron Costco, but it is right here. This one is civilized. If you ever want to think about Costco in a civilized manner, this one is. There's 3 different access points to get into the parking lot, and the store just seems bigger. And even though the parking lot can be packed full on a Saturday afternoon when all the other Costcos are busting at the seams with people, this one, there just seems to have that much more room. It's not as cramped and people aren't on top of people. That's why I call it the civilized Costco. So I recommend heading out there. Within 15 minutes, you have 2 Costcos right from your doorstep in Ranchlands. I don't know if anybody needs to have 2 Costcos within 15 minutes of their house, but when you live in Ranchlands, you definitely do. And then from Ranchlands, just where the airport's located, your best option is to go Stony Trail and come down Deerfoot Trail and take the airport tunnel and head right to the airport. That is going to save you the most time, because from the time that you leave your house, once you get onto Stony, there is 0 lights this whole way until you get closer to the airport. So you can be at the airport in 20 minutes. Think about it. From the time you wake up, you've got 20 minutes. And if you're heading to Mexico, 7 hours from the time you wake up at your home in Ranchlands. You can be on the beach sipping a margarita, not having to worry about a care in the world. I highlighted all of the amenities that are surrounding the community, and when you take that with the affordability, this is why Ranchlands absolutely has to be looked at if you are considering moving into the Northwest or switching communities. If you're coming from outside of the city or relocating across the city, and if Ranchlands is not on your list, you have to put it there because of how affordable the homes are in the city, and to have all of those amenities around, it makes the value of your home that much greater. So from Ranchlands, if you had a membership to the Melcor YMCA, you could walk over to it. So if you're going there to work out, your pre-workout could be your walk over to there, because it would probably take you 5-10 minutes, because the YMCA is right here. So if we scroll out, so here's Ranchlands and there's the YMCA. It's just a little walk up Nose Hill Drive. A little bit further is the Royal Oak Shane Homes YMCA. So again, as you can see, Ranchlands, you're heading up Stony Trail to Country Hills Boulevard, and boom, you're there. 10 minutes. Having these 2 Ys, there's pools in both, there's weight rooms in both. Rocky Ridge YMCA is brand new. Within the last 5 years is when it opened, maybe a little bit longer. It has a hockey arena. It's just that much bigger because it's newer. It's a little bit nicer than the Melcor one. The Melcor one's been around for a really long time, so it's a little bit older. Between the 2 in your membership, if you get a membership, you can go to both, so you get the best of both worlds. And what's really great at the Shane Homes YMCA, on the outside, they have a skate park. If your kids are into skateboarding, rollerblading, or they can even take their scooters, it's a wonderful place for your kids to go and hang out in the evening so they're not getting into trouble. It's a great skate park for all of my son's friends who are into skateboarding. That's where they go and hang out, and they just rave about it. From Ranchlands, if you are thinking about other amenities, Winsport, Canada Olympic Park is super close. It's just off highway number 1. So you hook onto Stony Trail and you head out, and you have the Winsport, you have the Calgary Farmers Market, all within 10 minutes of your doorstep. The climbing center, if you're into climbing, it's right there. What I'm trying to say is all of these amenities are right within your reach. They're within 10 minutes, 15 minutes of your doorstep. So when you're moving into this community, you have access to almost every amenity that you could possibly think of to keep your family active, occupied, and these are all great places for you and your family to spend time together. Or if you just want an escape, you can go there and enjoy yourselves as well. In the farmers market, the way things are going with our produce, it's a great option to buy farm from table because everything that's in there is hyper local. So it's either farms that are just outside of the city, Alberta based, or even just coming in from BC, but you're going to find all of your local product within 10 minutes from your house. If health is important to you, we have the hospitals, and the two big hospitals that I want to mention would be the Alberta Children's Hospital and Foothills Medical Center. Both have 24-hour emergencies. So from Ranchlands, you're going to head straight down Pro-Child Trail. Here is the Children's Hospital, and this is the Foothills Hospital. Both within 15 minutes from your house, 10-15 minutes. If you have urgent care, to have that right at your doorstep, that is such a reassurance for so many families, especially if something happens with your kiddo and you need to get them to the hospital quickly. Or because we are so close to Cochrane, if those hospitals are busy, Cochrane Urgent Care, I've taken my son out to that one as opposed to going into the Children's Hospital because we are so close. So much easier to get in and out there. Or you can even try Airdrie. My only caution to you is if you are looking at heading out of the city for hospital care, check on their website to make sure they're open because neither one of those hospitals have a 24-hour emergency. So just make sure you're not driving out for no reason. I hope by doing this Google Map tour, this gives you a better idea of where Ranchlands is located, especially if you've watched my top 5 reasons of why we love Ranchlands. This really complements on all of our touch points and just to show you just how close Ranchlands is to all of the amenities. And because this community does not come with a high price tag, it is so accessible to so many families. I highly, highly encourage you, if you are looking to make a move to Northwest Calgary, or if you're coming in from another province, let's say BC or Ontario, and you're relocating, maybe you don't have a big budget for a home. Remember, the highest home sold in 2024 in Ranchlands was $950. That's well below where a lot of these communities are putting all of the homes at. Like if it's a family home to move in at $950, that's a great deal if you're at the high end of the budget for what you're getting in the home and for all of the amenities that you have access to. But if you're just starting out and you don't have that big budget, or you have a modest budget for your family, if you're in that $550 to $650, $700 range, you're moving into a house in Ranchlands. And you're moving into a great house with a great yard in a great location. If you're just starting out, the condos and the townhomes that are in this community also have great location to where they are in the community, but you have access to all of these amenities. So please, if Ranchlands is not on your list, I highly encourage you, just go drive through the community and see what it's like. It may not be for everybody. It's not what I'm saying. I just feel that so many families overlook Ranchlands for whatever reason. I think you should give it a look at and consider it when you're looking at moving in to the Northwest. And if you have any questions about Ranchlands, or if you just want to go on a property tour and just to kind of see the different product that's in your budget range, let me know. I'll set up some showings and we can go take a look at some homes. So at least you have an idea before you scratch it off your list and you haven't even considered it. This will give you a better idea of what the product and the homes are like in the community and the proximity to all of the amenities that you would have access to by moving into Ranchlands. I hope this map tour helped you in your decisions. If you like this content, we are pushing out videos a couple times a week. We have more vlog tours coming out, more map tours. This will help you in your research when you're looking to either move communities or making your move into Calgary. So please subscribe to our channel, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to get the latest information on everything that's coming out about Calgary. And please, if you have any questions about life in Calgary, real estate in Calgary, or you want to chat about Ranchlands, make sure you reach out. All of our contact information is in the text box below. Me and my team, we would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I will see you around town.